and I will continue to advocate that old Midwestern region, comprising today of Edo State and Delta, is big enough to become a region, to be split, to be divided into four. 2 states from present-day Delta, 2 states from present-day Edo State. Then we have 4 states in the old Midwestern region. All the colonial regions.
Every day you wake up in Nigeria, you hear one thing or the other. Now a professor of history is now advocating for re-establishment of the Midwestern region. Now with 4 states inside the Midwest. That's, Midwest is made up of Bendel, that's former Bendel, Edo now, and Delta State now. These are the 2 states that made up Midwest ab initio. Now he's saying that they should reestablish Midwestern region and create 2 states out of Delta State and another 2 states out of Edo State. That is what he's saying. So let's listen.
We are very, very much interested in the creation of an Yoma state. But we are not interested in becoming part of Eastern Nigeria. I've advocated, and I will continue to advocate, that old Midwestern region, comprising today of Edo State and Delta, is big enough to become a region, to be split, to be divided into 4. 2 states from present-day Delta, 2 states from present-day Edo State. Then we have 4 states in the old Midwestern region. All the colonial regions, whether Northern region, Eastern region, Western region, have been divided into many states. Only Midwestern has continued to have only 2. We are ripe enough to become a region comprising of 4 states, Delta divided into 2, Delta proper and Anioma, then Edo into 2. That has been my own advocacy. Any person representing on Senate henceforth is being challenged to go to National Assembly and advocate for the creation of Midwestern region or Midwestern zone to be made up of what? 4 states. While the other 4 southern states in southeastern Nigeria will become coastal region.
Yes, these are the things that you get when the people that owns the country are not in charge of their country. Or rather, they are not carried along in the decisions of the country. When the British came to Nigeria, they took this decision without considering how these things, whether these people wanted to stay together. Of course, there are, different ideologies then, but finally, the Nigerians was made to become one country. But having seen that since that time, this thing is a problem. If they have good intention by now, they would have done the needful. You see, let us not buy that idea that, that Zeke, they want one big Nigeria. This one say he want this. Okay, since that time where this thing is not working out, are they not supposed to do the needful like it was done in the UK? Are they not supposed to? So let us know who is fooling who in this issue of Nigeria. And it's as if everywhere is confused. Everywhere. Okay, are you saying that are we to go back to our regions and forget about the states? And we become regions, federating regions to Nigeria? Or is it that we are going to, if I let them do referendum all over Nigeria, let people decide what they want? I think that would have been a better idea. Let there be options and a general referendum. If they will be sincere with referendum, that may be a better option for this country to have peace. If not, this thing that is happening now will be worsening every day by day. Don't be me talk more. It's from the history of events. It's the trend of events that we are talking about. Because you follow the trend, people have been saying this thing that Nigerians are not meant to be together with the way of, the way it was formed, that there is error. Up till now, nothing has been done. The wars keep happening in Nigeria. Well, let's hear what this man is saying concerning the Midwestern people, that they are not Yorubas, they are not Igbos, that they are Midwest people. Meanwhile, some of you people are clamoring to leave that Midwest to come to the Southeast. That has been the popular opinion, like the car people and others that part of them. Well, let's hear what this man has to say.
Hi, my name is Olorogu Theodore Ochiko Areki, and I'm here today for us to talk about some of the issues of the Midwest people. This video is to put some clarification on our position as Midwesterners or Bendelites. We are not the Oduduwas and we are not the Biafrans. We are the Midwest people, the Bendelites, Edo and Delta. The video is also a clarification on our coat of arms and our flag. Now let us look at the ethnography of the coat of arms. The coat of arms is made up of a few elements. We have the leopard, we have the elephant, we have the Ada and Eben. The royal Ada and the royal Eben. We also have the sea eagle, the sea eagle, and we have the wreath and the shield. Now let us look at these items one by one. The leopard. The leopard is native to our lands, our bushes, and our forests. As a matter of fact, some of our kings take their names from the leopard. For example, the native name of the Oba of Benin is Ekmenoa, which means the home leopard. In the palaces of some of our kings, their thrones or their chairs, if you want to call it that, the arm of those thrones or chairs, there is a cast of the leopard on both sides of the chairs of our royal kings. Now let's talk about the elephant. Also in our bushes, Edo and Delta bushes, we are the largest custodians of the elephants. And that is why the original name of the biggest area in Benin City, which you call today Ikoba Hill, is not actually Ikoba Hill. It is actually called Oriogbeni. Ore means area or town, and Ogbeni means the settlement of elephant killers. In Urobo, for instance, we have a song that we sing a lot. We are elephants. That's the meaning of the song. Eni means elephant in Urobo. So, the elephant and the leopard has always been in our culture and tradition. And these two animals, they signify strength of our people, resilience of our people, the Edo and Delta. We are resilient people. In all the hardship of Nigeria, we are still there. In Uzaire Kingdom in Esako, for instance, the king of that kingdom is called Ogieneni. And Ogieneni means the elephant king. Now let's look at the eagle bird. The eagle is not in the northern Nigeria. Eagles, the sea eagles, are much more prevalent in the marshes of Edo and Delta and a bit to Ondo marshes and in Ondo. They are not in Lagos because of the salty water of the lagoon in Lagos. Edo and Delta represent the epicenter of the equatorial rainforest where eagles fly. I mentioned the north. What you have in the north are not eagles. They are actually called cattle egrets. They fly, they flock with the cattle, and they pick up lice and ticks off the skin of the cattle. Eagles thrive where there are fishes and small animals like chickens. Eagles, kites, and hawks are prevalent in our area of Edo and Delta. You may have seen eagles swoop either in Ugeli or Iluelugo down to capture their chicken, wholesome. They carry the whole chicken and fly away. The eagle, like the leopard and the elephant, are symbols of strength. They are symbolic with the people of Edo and Delta, the Midwestern, the Bendelite. Strength. Now let's look at the royal Ada and the royal Eben, or the royal sword. These are all in our tradition and culture. And the royal Ada and the royal Eben, they signify authority in our kingdoms. In Urobo, you may know what they call Agada, Ada. It's like a cutlass, it's a sword, Ada. From the kingdoms of Edo North all the way down to the kingdoms in Delta South, we have the royal Ada and the royal Ebe in our cultures and tradition. All the kings from these areas, Edo North, all the way down to the Edo South, have this royal Ada and the royal Ebe in their banners. Take for instance, the Oreje of Okwe. He has the royal Ada and the royal Ebe in his banner in his palace. The Okuru de Ofolomu has the royal Ada and the royal Ebe in his banner in his palace. The Obi of Ugeli, the Olu of Wori, the Obi of Agbo, just to mention a few, they all have the royal Ada and the royal Ebe in their palace, in their banners, in their palaces. So this is our tradition. This is us. This is who we are. The final element is the wreath and the shield. And without drilling too deep, the shield is something that protects a person or a thing from harm or damage. We, the Edo Delta people, the Midwesterners, the Bendelite, we must be protected. So the shield represents protection of the Midwesterners. Now, we chose this design from a number of designs submitted to us by designers. And from the lot, we came up with this for the coat of arms and the flag of the Midwest. Let's talk about the flag of the Midwest. The flag of the Midwest is made from a combination of the flag of Edo and the flag of Delta. The Edo flag has the head of the Iyoba, that is the Queen's mother, Ija, on a background of red and white, while the Delta flag has oil and rigs on a background of blue and white. In creating the Midwest flag, we chose to combine the red of the Edo flag and the blue of the Delta flag. And in the middle, we made it spherical. And then we inserted the coat of arms in the center of the sphere and surrounded the coat of arms by 12 stars. These 12 stars represent each of the 12 tribes of the Midwest people. So, in alphabetical order, these are the 12 tribes. These are the 12 stars of the Midwest people. The Akoko Edos, the Edos, the Esans, the Esakos, the Ijos, the Ikas, the Isokos, the Ishekiris, the Ukwanis, the Unwanis, the Onwans, and the Urobos. These are the 12 stars of the 12 tribes of the people of the Midwest. This explanation has become necessary as people are being banded together by different ideology that anything can happen in Nigeria. And as push is gradually becoming shove, we have to say emphatically here today and now that we are the indigenous people of the Midwest. We are not Oduduwas and we are not the Biafrans. We are the people of Midwest. And by the way, no one is going to tell you this. Midwest region, out of the old 4 regions of Nigeria, was the only region that was created by a referendum. And by that referendum, we can walk out of Nigeria, just like Brexit in the EU. The UK, out of a referendum, joined the EU. And by another referendum, they walked out of the EU. So if we, the people of Midwest, can agree with ourselves that we want to walk out of Nigeria, we can do that by a referendum. We cannot be blushed together with other regions or other nations as is being passed by the Oduduwas and the Biafrans. We are the people of the Midwest. We are the Bendel people. We hope this explains some of your queries about the Midwest people and the coat of arms and our flag. Thank you very much for watching, and please kindly share this video to all Midwesterners wherever they are, in the diaspora, all across the length and breadth of Nigeria, wherever they are. They must see this and they must be heard.
Let me play this. There is one video I'm going to play. You hear what that man is talking. But I want to chip in some things on what he said. Listen to the video.
You see this video this person made? Almost 500 comments there. 80% of those comments are people trying to beg her, persuade her, convince her, bully her, insult her, abuse her, force her to become Igbo, to leave a car that she says she is, to become Igbo. Leave people alone now. Is it by force to be Igbo? Is it by force? You that is selling fake charger at the junction, you that is selling fake spare parts at Aba, a fake charger that you are selling on Nicha, you don't know your left from your right. Even 2 credits you don't have in WAEC. You are online telling people what their ethnicity is. Leave people alone. You are terrorizing people. These people, true, you are terrorists too. True, you are terrorists. And the world need to know. The world needs to know that you people are terrorizing the Ika people. Leave us to identify as we identify. Stop terrorizing us. You are terrorists. You are cyberbullying people and you are terrorizing Ika people. You Igbo people, Igbo Biafra, IPOP terrorists. Leave us alone. Not be by force to be brother. Not be by force to be family. Leave us alone.
Well, to start with, that man may be, out of 10 Ika people, he may be half, that is not up to one, that is talking like that. Southeast, we did on our own. Anyama people was pleading to join the Southeast. Even up to now, Southeast never agree, as in the political class in the Southeast, they are not in support of that, because they must have seen one or two things. But Anyama people want to become part of Southeast, of which where they belong originally. But I'm not going to lie, the statistics of what we are getting is that the ordinary people from Southeast said, okay, majority of them said, okay, let's welcome the Anyama people. So, but people that you know, Ndonulu Noku, people that represent the Southeast, I know that majority of them are not in support of that. Or the condition they gave Anyama people, it's difficult for Anyama people to, you know, get that condition. So that is number one. Anyama people are the ones that say they want to join their brother. And the campaign has been on since 1945, according to Buzo of Ibuzo, the man in charge of Ibuzo. He said that they were marooned to the southwest. Meanwhile, they originally belonged to the southeast, that it is wrong for them to use River Niger as a boundary. So he should go and verify. Then he tried to talk about, you know, bringing fake products in Nigeria. Yes, I'm not saying that there are no substandard products. But the way in there, or let's take Nigeria as a whole, how many people, if they do that Europe standard or American standard of chargers or whatever, can they be able to buy it? And another thing I will tell you is that you see these electronics, these things that we use in Nigeria, they are African standard. The same company, like say, any company that is worldwide producing items, apart from cars, you know, but some of these electronics, they have African standard, of which the price is less compared to the same product of European standard, the same company that made them. But the Europe price, the value and the quality is different. You should go and verify. Go and check some of these electronics that you use. So it's like that. You know, people, they are very happy to buy the ones that their money can reach. Yes, that is what is happening. That is why if you see in the case of, phones and the other ones, you see people buying the ones that their money can reach. It will still serve them. But the original one, they cannot buy. If they tell them the price could be ×4 of that one that they are using. You see? So let me just hold it here for now. And let's, watch this particular guy.
People were imprisoned or killed for honoring their own ancestors. The British used Christianity to colonize the African mind. They didn't just colonize our lands. They colonized our minds using the Bible. Missionaries were the soft power wing of colonization. Before the soldiers came, the priests were already here. They told us Africans that our gods were evil, that our culture was demonic, and that our ancestors were primitive. Meanwhile, they worship a queen who ruled half the world. In Nigeria, traditional worshiping was criminalized. People were imprisoned or killed for honoring their own ancestors. Schools and hospitals were run by missionaries, so to access the so-called civilization, you had to accept Christianity, and with it, British superiority. Africans were rendered docile and submissive by being taught that humility, suffering, and obedience were godly, while British colonizers looted resources and lived in mansions. And here's the kicker. They made us hate our names, clothes, languages. Even now, some people believe speaking English was a sign of intelligence. They replaced our shrines with churches, our elders with priests, and called it salvation. It was indeed a psychological warfare disguised as religion. Click the follow button for part 3 of this series, and don't forget to like and repost this video.
Yes, if you ask me, I'll tell you that that guy has a good point that he's presenting, because if you look at it deeply, it's as if the religion was used, to take over control of the Africans. Okay, you call our own ancestors devil. If an African man wants to appreciate his ancestor, the foreign, religion will call it traditional worshiper, or they will try to idolize it. But you guys want us to, idolize or worship or, give reverence to your own white Saint Michael, Saint Gabriel, all the saints, white saints. Are they not gone? They are gone, just like our own ancestors. I think that is the basics of what, the guy is saying, and I understood. But he has said other things, but like using the Bible to, convince the Africans to throw away their own religion. And if you watch every other countries that throw away their religions, they are having issue. There is already confusion there. Countries like China, all these Asian countries, they retain their religion. Nothing they happen. So my people, this is where we bring this particular video to the end. I am still Chinedu. Let's hear what you have to say about this video. Thank you.